Hey, radical spicy gushers here with r/I am very smart. I have a message at the end to all who care, but for now, let's get into this. I live, breathe, and eat award season. I bleed the Grammys. Yeah, the ladies are rocking this. I bleed a chemical compound called deoxyribonucleic acid, more commonly known as DNA. Mm. So this is another one about DNA, which I find kind of funny, but it's actually from the perspective of an I'm very smart person telling a story about themselves when they were more embarrassing. Guess who just found out what DNA stands for? There used to be this social media website called My Yearbook where people could ask you questions or you could ask yourself questions anonymously. I used to have fights with myself pretending to be someone dumb so I could come off as very smart to anyone who viewed my profile. I was in like 8th grade and I just found out what DNA stood for, so I asked myself something like, "Oh, yeah, if you're so smart, then what does DNA mean?" And I would answer. Then I would anonymously accuse myself of Googling. Then I would answer by spitting random science facts to prove I knew my junk. And oh god, I hate my past self. It's like one of those humbling stories of guys who used to be nice guys. Like, it's great they see how silly they used to be and that they and many others can get a laugh out of their funny stories and funny mistakes. Mediocre minds are unable to understand Peterson's arguments, which are multi-layered and complex. Real philosophy comes from applying critical thinking to complex real-world problems and attempting to find tailored solutions, not from reading philosophy lectures and ebooks on the internet mindlessly applying those ideals to irrelevant problems. Because their brains are compartmentalized and are able to think only in terms of black and white, whatever argument Peterson makes is several orders of magnitude above what their brain can comprehend and is able to process. So the only thing they can think of doing is attacking him or trying to find flaws in his arguments when very little exists. Trying to reason with him one on one and show me that you can win against him logically. Only then you'll have my respect. You watch Rick and Morty, don't you? Other person, I do. So? Wow, never would have guessed. Love the classic you love Rick and Morty part of that. It really makes the cherry on top. And overall, this is a very classic I'm very smart post with some dude who almost definitely isn't as smart as they think they are, belittling other people with no actual reason to do so. Wow, you're an amazing artist. Keep it up. Actually, it should be you are an amazing artist. Are you stupid? They mean the same thing. Have you ever heard of contractions? I was not born yesterday. Obviously, I'm aware of the existence of contractions. However, I choose not to use them, and you should do the same. A person whose speech is fraught with contractions is akin to a drunkard slurring his speech. For some reason, I am the only one who appreciates the beauty of the English language enough to enunciate it to its fullest extent. Also, by abstaining from contractions and speaking clearly and thoughtfully, my rate of speech becomes slower. Hopefully, slow enough for the average individual to keep up with me. Wow, the nitpicking in this. Like, first of all, I think it's safe to say that there is almost like little to no beauty in the English language since it's a ton of different languages haphazardly mushed together. And the fact that it makes no sense grammar wise to people learning the language as a second language. And also, just let that person make their sentences easier and shorter if they want to. It takes more brain cells to call them out than to read their original sentence and even create your own version of the sentence. Roses are red, it's hot like hell, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. This is some advanced level humor right here. That's like the easiest one. I need a meme about the endoplasmic reticulum and ribosomes, please. Yeah, I haven't been reading the titles of this post, but I had to read this one because it's funny. It's 14-year-old tries to rant about Reddit and society. You all sicken me. Serious. This is it. This is our generation. The generation destined for greatness. The ones born into a world of peace and tranquility. It's just too bad you've all got brain damage. Come on, you're all meant to be smart, forward thinking people, but it really looks like you're not from where I stand. I have too much to say in such a little short term memory, so reply to me and keep in mind that every word you type accounts for the kind of person you are. I want an argument with my own people, gosh darn it. And if you let me down, then I really must be a special case, a unique little flower. Come at me. Finally finished my Nuka Cola bar stools. What do you guys think? I see you put some effort in it. However, those Nuka Cola caps look brand new, which doesn't make sense considering the post apocalyptic setting of the game, and the letters are a bit too bold, which I had to notice as an art major at a prestigious university, as well as someone who takes Fallout seriously. My assumption is that you aren't familiar enough with the game or lack the skill or patience to make the stools truly genuine. Overall, it is a solid effort, but there's a lot of room for improvement. It might impress casual observers, but not an art connoisseur and a well informed gamer like me. I've gotta say, as a gamer and a prop maker myself, I despise people like this. You know, just because they didn't make something exactly how you want it doesn't mean it's bad. Maybe the dude doesn't want seats to look rusted and weathered, and that's completely understandable. They're his seats, and dang, the entitlement of this guy, this quote unquote art connoisseur. Like, there's no reason to be mean. I find it amusing that grown adults are able to derive any form of enjoyment from the absolute drivel that is superhero movies. You must be amazing at parties. I do not waste my precious time at parties. I have more important matters to attend to. What is something interesting that I should know about you? Do you need me to repeat or rephrase the question? Sorry, just not interested. Thank you for your interest, though. What made you think I was interested? Because you messaged me? That usually shows some interest. Anyways, have a great day. Do remember that interest comes in many various forms. I could have been with the Census Bureau for all you know, or it might have been just one of those random meet me quick pics. In other words, don't go thinking that something is when it isn't. No need to be rude. I just said that I wasn't interested in talking. It appeared as if you were, since you sent me two separate messages. So I said I wasn't interested in a conversation so you could find someone else. Simple as that. Your naivety and inexperience is equaled only by your false senses of grandeur and entitlement. Okay, that's fine. Have a lovely day. Wow, a nice guy and smarty pants in one, though honestly not surprising in the slightest. Comic books are for children. What did you even do as a kid? Play with rocks? My pursuits were, how shall I say it, more intellectual. As a person who has owned over 50 dogs in their life, there are two things I've learned. One, your time with them is brief, so treasure it. And two, they love chocolate. This is hilarious, as long as no one reading it doesn't get it and runs with it, so I'm going to be that guy. Chocolate can be fatal to dogs, it poisons them. False. Theobromine, a compound of cocoa, is poisonous to all living beings, including humans. Dogs have a lower tolerance of 200 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, at which point the dose becomes lethal. You can run the math on your chocolate based on its cocoa concentration and figure out how much is safe. Be warned that toxicity symptoms can appear at as low as 20 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. Setting facts straight. So, just like the original comment said, chocolate can be fatal to dogs. It poisons them.
Theobromine can be fatal to dogs, not chocolate.
Chocolate contains theobromine. No? If it does, then a component of chocolate is fatal to dogs, and therefore feeding dogs chocolate can kill them. Like, what is up with this pendantry? Now, I don't mean to be that person, but this might be why they had to have 50 dogs in their lifetime because they kept on feeding them chocolate and chocolate is poisonous, but they didn't know because, they can't do math or something. Like, I love dogs. I have dogs. It's really awful if you have dogs and you don't even know what's poisonous to them. Check out the whales on my friend's beer foam. Pro tip: if you're going to upload a Photoshop image, don't upload the 3024 by 4032 version so that people can see it full size and clearly see it's fake. Upload at low resolution and it'll be harder to spot. Also, using the exact same whale shape for both whales is amateur. 6 out of 10. Better luck next time. It's printed on the glass, not photoshopped. I'm sure the graphic designer who designed the glass would like your very constructive feedback about his or her amateur effort, though. So you should probably bar crawl every joint in Victoria, British Columbia that sell Phillips Island Brewing Company beer until you find the one that had this glass and figured out who designed it. I love how, like a couple other of these posts, it's like a combo between r slash I am very smart and r slash quit your BS. Like, I think those are the more interesting ones. Last one is another nice guy slash smarty pants combo, and I will be doing r slash nice guys eventually, so don't worry. Not looking for hookups. I'm not looking for redheads. We all have to make sacrifices sometimes. Wow, that was forward as heck. Also, why the heck would you like someone based off of hair color? Yeah, I'm pretty forward, just how I am. The same reason I wouldn't like someone who is overweight, someone who has gauges, someone who I consider unintelligent, etc. I just don't find it attractive. Taking it personally is missing the point. I universally don't like red hair. It has nothing to do with you. Now, are we gonna do it or what? Because if not, I'm going to masturbate to appease my lust. I know as a woman, you're all about the emotional aspect about the chase, but I'm not trying to waste my time for a girl I'm only moderately attracted to. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll still diddle you so hard you can't walk afterwards, but I have no interest in getting to know you. I'm already talking to a presumably much more intelligent and definitely more attractive girl to that end. Okay, I have some choice problems with this guy, but that's a whole other story. The thing is, putting down someone because of their hair color and already compensating for quote unquote settling. Like, wow, how rude and entitled can you get? Okay, lads, if you aren't really bothered, then go check out me and my friend's Discord in the description. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. But if you have the time, I'd like to say sorry and thank you. Sorry for posting late. I was at a convention away from home, and I promise I'll try to post more regularly. And I'm saying thank you for the awesome support I've been seeing. In reality, I'm deathly terrified of social interactions with strangers, but I'll try my best to not make you guys strangers and answer your wonderful comments and such. And believe me, I read them. I just really can't answer them. I'm really afraid. But in other news, if you want me to start streaming Destiny 2 on Twitch, do let me know. And I'm coming out with a different kind of video soon, so be on the lookout. Also, I hope you like the new background too. I'm testing out some stuff, so leave stuff about that in the comments. Again, lads, thank you so much for the support, and I hope you have or had a fantastic day. And as always, stay spicy. Bye bye.